What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged, which this episode is definitely going to be unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neocharge on PSN, and joining me, as always, for episode number 25, my good friend, the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN. What's up, dude?
Leon has entered the chat, everybody.
Indeed, he has. He has on this brisk fall evening.
Oh, the best kind of evening right now. I love it.
You know what? It's getting a little colder here. The snow's hitting the mountain. I just picked back up a hobby that I put down for a while, which we'll talk about in the life stuff. But I gotta say, when you're in the sun in like 40 degrees here, and it's that bite of cold, and you breathe in really heavily, and it's just like a nice crisp mountain cold air, but you're in the hot sun. That is something, man. That is something.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's what I love about this new job of mine outside of this lovely community we have. Like I go outside. Sometimes I got to work on equipment and we'll drag it out there into the parking lot or whatever it is. And it's that right time of year. One part of the building, I'm in the shade, but then if I stand in the sun at like 8:30 in the morning, you get those direct beams and you stay warm, even though it's like 45 degrees outside. I love it. I wish it could stay this way all the time.
Yeah, it's insane. And people don't understand it, but there's like it's a crazy paradox in Colorado because you see the temperature, but if you're in the sun, you feel completely different. It's like 20 degrees more. It's because of the thin air, less moisture in the air, and we're higher up, so the elevation too. I know we talk about Colorado weather a lot, but you just have to be here to experience it, and it's unlike anywhere else I've been. It's a truly magical place.
Yep.
And you know what else is magical here?
Pot.
The beer.
Oh, wait, shit. Wrong answer. Damn it.
The beer. And of course, we are drinking two wonderful brews on this podcast. You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Why don't you lead it off? I hear the anticipation in your voice.
Well, Bob, it is my favorite time of the season for beer, or my favorite season of the year for beer. And I am going with the theme, and I have another Oktoberfest. This one's from Great Divide. Great Divide is from Denver, Colorado. They're another brewery from Denver, Colorado. And this is called the Haas. It is an Oktoberfest lager, seasonal beer. And boy, oh boy, is this a really good one. So I've been drinking it a little bit, and I decided to crack another one on the cast.
I love it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Haas. That's got a good name. That's got a
Horse.
If you had a little East Coast on there.
Drinking the horse. Yeah.
The Haas, man. Don't hassle the Haas.
Right. So yeah, just dude, I love fall, and especially for the beers. They're like Oktoberfest is some of my favorite beer, and all the breweries go all out for the fall brews. So the last episode we actually named Witcher in the Brew. So yeah, we love our beer here. What are you drinking, man? Ooh, you got something dark.
Oh yeah, it's winter times when you start drinking the darker beers. Well,
That's right.
We're in fall. I get it, folks, but it just felt good. This one's back from Wibby again, up there in Longmont. This is their Double Dunkel, which is a dark lager, so it's really heavy, with cacao and lagered on Madagascar vanilla beans. And I gotta say, the vanilla's kind of there, but this is very cacao upfront heavy, like you're eating a piece of 95% dark chocolate, which I love, for the record. It's not for everybody, totally get that, but it's heavy. It's a 7.5, I think.
Very good. Dark chocolate's also extremely healthy for you because it's high in antioxidant. It's a natural aphrodisiac. If you don't know what that means, look it up. We're not going to explain it here on the cast. But chocolate, like your typical chocolate at gas stations and shit, it's all milk chocolate and it's cut with a shitload of sugar and a bunch of filler and everything. But if you get like a good dark chocolate with like 70 to 90% cacao, oh man, that's it's good for blood pressure. It's good for, you know, everything. So chocolate
And
gets a bad rap because of the gas station bullshit.
yeah, and dark chocolate's just good. Eat it, folks.
Yeah, it
Trust
is.
me. It's funny. One of my kids, we're fairly convinced, has a very very light allergy to chocolate because
Mhm.
he loves dark chocolate just like me. The problem is if we get it from the store and I give, yeah, here, give you a piece, within a minute, sneezing in the car or wherever we're at. Just I'm
Oh,
like, oh, you must have an allergy to chocolate. But like lactose intolerance, it's not killing him. So we're gonna enjoy the fuck out of that food anyways. You just pay the penalty.
yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah, I can't do milk chocolate. If I do chocolate, it's always dark chocolate in small amounts, like maybe a piece after dinner. But yeah, milk chocolate is kind of disgusting to me. And the stuff at the gas, the Reese's and I mean, dude, a Reese's is really good, right? But I
Mhm.
love like the dark chocolate Reese's. You can get it at like Sprouts and stuff. But yeah, a lot of that stuff is just filler and it's way too sweet. And yeah, dark chocolate over milk chocolate, folks. How's life been, man? How you been?
It has been it's been pretty good, to be honest. Finally settling in after not having, having an exodus, if you will, of members of the household. Don't worry, folks. It was all on good terms. This was them moving and doing on into their adult stuff. But
Hmm.
I sat around this weekend. My wife was working. Um, Naturally, I did my usual Saturday vibes and the usual house stuff. Got out and did some yard work so I could get in the sun. But then Sunday, I said, you know what? I haven't had a true day off in probably 4 months. So I just sat down and I probably put between 12 and 15 hours into a game, which I'll talk about later, on Sunday alone. Uh, it was a gaming marathon, if you will.
Nice.
But yeah, man. I apologize, folks. I forgot to stream it, so don't go looking. I'll get you. I owe you one. But yeah, man. How the hell you been?
I've been good. I've been good. I'm excited to hear about that game you're talking about. I know what it is, but I'll keep it as a surprise for what we're playing. I've been good, man. I picked up a hobby that I used to do lightly and not to an extreme level. I picked it back up, and I'm going to an extreme level with it. So I picked back up snowboarding, and
Ooh.
Saturday because I have my new roommate. He is a skier, and he got the Epic Pass and is going up to Breck and Keystone. These are like ski resorts, right? They're mountains. You either snowboard or ski down. And he said, he was going up every other weekend, starting in November. And he's like, "You want to join?" And I was like, "Well, that's a ride to the resort, and I've wanted to pick up snowboarding again for a while." So I did. I got the Epic Pass. I went to the local shop here that sells used snowboarding equipment, and I don't know if it's fate or if it's the universe talking or whatever the fuck happened. I go in there and I find a used board my size with two wolves on it and a fucking sword on it. And so I was like, oh shit, I just played Sword of the Sea and like there's a sword on it, there's two wolves. So yeah, I bought myself a Rossi snowboard and put 32 phase bindings on it. And I got some Solomon boots. So I am very excited to get back on the board and go back to the ski resorts. Dude, the Breckenridge, I think we talked about it on this cast before. It's basically like the adult North Pole. And when I went up there last time, I was like longing for the slopes. I was like looking and I was like, oh, fuck, I should have brought a snowboard. Uh, and ever since then, I'm like, man, I really need to get a snowboard again and get back on the slopes. Because I got to tell you, the only time I like snow is when I'm on top of a mountain and there's a snowboard strapped on my feet. So I haven't been on the slopes for a while. I'll probably start on the greens for a little, and you don't rush it. If you ever like go snowboarding on a mountain, don't dive right in, right? Because you will go down on your ass if you don't know what you're doing. And I did that a couple times. And you will fall, and you're going to fall all over the place, but you'll eventually pick it up. And I'm very excited to get back on the board. So I one wheel a lot. The one wheel is basically snowboarding on concrete. So I just got to do some leg strengthening, and it's going to help for leg strengthening for MagFest. So I'm very excited to get back into snowboarding.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I've never been boarding. I've done skiing, but come on, man, live a little. Just go to the black. Just go black and just
No.
right in.
Dude, you can break shit on blacks. He's referred to black diamonds. So the slopes they're categorized, right? You have your greens, your blues, and then black diamond, double black diamond, and then your back country. Your back country, you can get buried in the fucking snow, and no one's ever gonna find you. You got to go with a buddy. And the diamonds and black diamonds, some of them aren't groomed. Groomed meaning they actually like get the shit out of the way so you don't run into stuff. So yeah, it is a dangerous sport. You got to be smart about it. You got to be prepared. You got to dress for the occasion, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna take it slow. I haven't been on the slopes in a while. This is the first board I've owned in a while, and I'm very excited. But yeah, it is a dangerous sport, and people break shit a lot. So I'm trying to be smart about it. So
Remember, chicks dig scars. All right, you'll be okay.
oh yeah, yeah they do, and you can get scars from snowboarding. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah, I've been doing some meal prep. That's been fun. Back at the gym. So been trying to really take care of myself and evolve. So
No, I respect that. You do mention meal prep. I made the first batch of my chili for the season this last
yes.
week as well. Um, Man, it went a little. It's not, oh my god, spicy, but it'll definitely kick you in the nuts if you're not anticipating it. And for the for the those who can't see, oh wait, that's everybody. Sorry, folks. I'm kidding, of course. But I do. It's a red bean. I know
Um,
if you live here in Colorado or you know anything, there's all kinds of chilies, but Colorado's known for its green chili as well. Throw some
mhm,
pork in there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to go to the local chili festival back in this would have been August, September timeframe. So because I couldn't get the chilies there, I can procure them, but they're only good when they're fresh off the vine
mhm,
and sold. So unfortunately, probably no green chili this year. But yeah, made the first
mhm.
one nice and spicy. Got to dial it in. The first one's the
Oh
test
yeah.
of the dipping back in. It's been 9 months, and now I'm going to slowly build it up. And by November slash December, it'll be perfected right back where it needs to be.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to try it. I have a lot of ground beef from Ranch Foods. I can throw a couple pounds your way, and you can use it in the chili, and then
Mm.
you can give me a little extra of that because you
They
make some
do.
damn good chili.
I appreciate that. Yeah, they do have some good ground beef. I like using their stuff.
Mhm.
And if I can, I'm going to get on my little soapbox here for a moment. Folks, I've heard a lot of different things. Trust me, I've heard beer using that to make your chili is amazing, and I've tried it, and I don't disagree. I know dark chocolate. Trust me, I've tried it. Just keep it simple. Technically, Kiss is just keep it simple, stupid, but just keep it
Mhm.
simple. Use fresh ingredients. If you can get them locally sourced, even the better, and just use simple ingredients. Don't use a bunch of salt. Cut that crap out. Let your spices seep through, and then you slow burn it for 12 hours or more if you can, and boom, you got yourself a perfectly viable chili. Don't shortcut it is the moral of this story, okay?
Yeah, everyone loves their shortcuts. I make pumpkin chili. I will instead of the tomato puree, I'll put pumpkin puree. So
Mm.
maybe I need to make that because in this season, right? Halloween, I'll grab a pumpkin, I'll carve it, and before you carve it, you gotta gut it, right? I'll take the seeds, I'll roast them, and then I'll take the guts of the pumpkin and make a puree out of it, and then make pumpkin chili with a little bit of beef, some green onion, some black and red beans, some pico de gallo, freshly cut, of course. Yeah, it's good stuff. And then a little cinnamon in there in the pumpkin chili. Yeah, I gotta
Ooh.
make it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I want some.
we'll have a chili day. And I might smoke it this year too because I got a smoker. So mm, it's
Mm.
making me hungry. Talk about it.
Turn that
Uh,
pumpkin, make it into a mead while you're at it too.
oh yeah, interesting. I've never had pumpkin mead, but now I'm curious. Curious. We love alcohol. We love food, and we love Colorado here on this podcast. But most importantly, we love video games, and that's why we're here. First off, we have a Discord that you can join if you're not part of the community. You can join that Discord and talk all about video games. We have food channel, we have anime channel, might start a snowboarding channel. Who knows? It's a place where we can talk about our passions and whatever we're interested in, and we keep the conversation going. Right? You might disagree, you might agree, but as long as we keep talking about it, that's why we created the Discord. And it's been growing. I think we're at like 54 members. Nothing crazy, but it's a good start. It's a good start. And we also have a Twitch. You've been streaming the game we're going to talk about on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/shapes of gaming. We have all kinds of social media platforms, and we have all of this in a condensed little section that you can find all of these links. And where can they find those, Bob?
That's an easy one. That's a tough one. Let me pull up my notes real quick. No, I'm of course messing with you, man. Just
Link.tree. Nope.
yeah, no, you gotta take your browser, whatever your browser of choice is. I won't judge you around here. It just go into to shapesofgaming.com. You'll get redirected to our landing page, the link tree, as Matt was joking there for a moment ago. And you'll find everything you need for all of the socials, all of the listening options available. The Discord will be there, as well as our Twitch for just in case when you finally come along and I decide to stream and you join. Most recently had a couple of people, including a friend and listener of the show, Bo, as I kicked off a journey on a game we'll talk about later. So shout out to him. Definitely gave me some good tips to keep in mind that were not spoiler related, but things to just kind of, hey, just so you know, because I know I don't know if you look up guides, but just FYI. And I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, come check it out. I see all of the comments there. I'm more than happy to chat. But yeah, once again, shapesofgaming.com.
Awesome. Yeah. And in November, we have a month nailed down. We're going to be streaming Gears of War Reloaded, the titular Xbox title that came to PS5, which we might be getting another one here soon. Who knows? Who knows? We're excited to do that. And yeah, shout out to Bo. He's a pro tip master. He was giving me pro tips on the game I'm playing, which we'll talk about too.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
yeah. Uh, and so our next episode as well, we're going to be doing a spooky episode, and we're going to have a very special guest on the show. She is a connoisseur of survival horror games. And we will be talking about our top 5 survival horror games of all time. One might have just recently made my list too. Just saying. So we are excited to do that. That's going to be the Halloween episode. I think that goes live like one day after Halloween or something like that, November 1st, if I'm not, or one day before Halloween. I don't know. Sometime at the end of October. So we're excited. November 2nd,
Oh,
it'll go
I'm sorry.
live.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right. It'll go live on October 30th because we'll
yes.
record it on the 29th.
Yes, exactly. So recording 29th, going live October 30th. It'll be just in time for your Halloween podcast, Shapes of Gaming experience. So we are sticking with the theme, and we're going to do our top 5 favorite survival horror games of all time. And we're going to have a special guest on the show. We've been looking into having her on, and we decided this was the perfect time to have her on the show because she is a master of survival horror. So she just actually got done playing the game that I just got finished with, which I don't know if I'm going to talk about it on this one. I might lightly talk about it on this one, but I'm going to dig into it on the next episode. So that's kind of the lineup. We will probably do the state of the draft next episode as well. And man, it's getting down to it. It's getting dialed in. We got a lot of releases, and I think the scores are settling in. And I think we have a clear winner this year. So uh, we'll revisit that on the next cast. So look forward to all of that. We're excited. But for this one, do we want to talk about what we're playing before news, or news and then what we're playing? What do
You
you
know
think?
what? Let's just start it off. I don't know. It feels good to talk about what we're playing, and
I agree.
um,
I would
yeah,
absolutely agree.
yeah. I do have one question for you though, Matt. I apologize. My dog's going ape shit.
All
There we
good.
go. I had,
He's just saying hi to everyone.
yeah, I had to try to think of the politically correct term.
Yeah, whatever.
My '90s brain wanted to say she's going fucking
Yeah.
retarded, but
Yep. And you still said it.
yeah.
That's
Sorry, folks.
whatever.
Uh, whatever. So we have a question from the audience. Do you want to run it
Yes, we
now?
do. Yeah, we can. This question was from one of our good friends, and let's say a avid person on Discord. Sorry, I'm scrolling Discord to try and find it. Where is it? It's in food or question. It's in
Good
questions.
questions.
Yeah, sorry.
Where you would expect it to be.
You put me on the fucking spot. You put me on the fucking spot.
I could
He
have
asked a lot
handled
of
that.
questions. I know, and we appreciate him writing in. He is a avid communicator on Discord. We appreciate you very much. That's all tier 23. He's got a really good question here, and he wrote, "If you could live in any video game world, which game would you pick and why?" Have you thought on this? I've thought on it a little bit. I have like top three. I'm trying to nail it down to like a top one, but I think I have an answer for it.
You think
What's
you have
your
an
answer?
answer? All right. So, all right. Well, I had two that were in my head for the most part.
Hmm.
Mostly because there's two ways to look at this. Follow
Hmm.
me, folks. Follow me on my journey. You could pick something really spicy, or something that you're really passionate about. Like pick Final Fantasy VII's world or Final Fantasy 13 or whatever, right? And it that sounds good until you realize some of those worlds are war torn, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the other side of that, right? That's the Animal Crossings, the Harvest Moons, the cozy games that will make you say, okay, it's safe enough because there's no war, there's no famine, there's no natural disasters that you know about. Um, and I thought about this when I was sitting at work all day. I couldn't really come up with a logic. And you know what? I think I know where I'm going with this one, Matt. I am taking the world of the Elder Scrolls.
Oh wow.
You know what? Because
Talk about a war torn world, though.
yes, hear me out, okay? You could be a farmer, you could be whoever, right? You can be a mercenary, and as long as I train in the arts of magic, which there is no, hey, you need to be magical. You can do it. You just got to study. I could be a badass shooting lightning bolts out of my hand and fireballs out of my genitals or whatever, right? And could be slaying dragons and beheading orcs if I want. Or I
Hmm.
do have the option of just living a quiet life inside the city. There are options there.
And then
And
getting killed by the main character.
you're talking a lot of shit for somebody that's in quick save
Greeting,
range.
greetings, traveler.
But I
Stop
thought about
in
it.
the name of the
Give me that
law.
wall. After I was thinking about it, this would be interesting because depending on which era you get in, because you don't know the lore as well, very well, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like every one of those games are in a different era, and we're talking literally, 1,000 years kind of stuff. Well, not 1,000, but the point is, it's different timelines and eras of the history of Cyrodiil. So you could do you could get dropped in Oblivion, you could get dropped in Skyrim, you could get dropped wherever. For all you know, the main characters in Skyrim fighting dragons, and you're stuck in Cyrodiil, working a trade ship, right? But I think I would go there because there's opportunities, and worst case, I can always learn to be a lockpick master and just steal everything.
Nice, nice. I like that. I like that. There's a lot of variety there, but still a lot of war and dragons. Like you could just be eating a wheel of cheese in your house, and a fucking dragon comes in. It's like surprise, motherfucker.
It can happen
Um,
now. You never know. The CIA might admit there's dragons.
right. That's true. There are dragons in the world I'm gonna pick, but they usually stay in the sky and they obey humans. There is an IP that I'm very fond of that has many games that I've played many of the mainline titles. There's also an anime. There's also a ton of spinoffs, but the anime, the games, it's all just this peaceful fucking world where everyone is super nice to each other. You do have slave animals, of course, but it sounds really fun to have. That would be in the world of Pokemon. I would live in the world of Pokemon with all regions. The latest anime, they hop around to all the regions, and they are in a flying airship. It's so cool. And like everybody's so nice to each other. There's incredible food. It is said the lore, they haven't verified this, but it's said that this day and age or this time in Pokemon is after a huge war that destroyed this world, and like 90% of the population died. I would love to be in a world where only 10% of the population is alive, because that's less people. And I make friends with these pocket monsters, and I can catch them and train them and just have a little cat Pokemon that I can call my own and then make it battle for me and make me money. That sounds fucking awesome. Or I can be part of Team Rocket and like steal Pokemon and make some money that way. Or I can be this legendary adventurer that goes and catches this mythical fucking dragon in the sky. There's all kinds of opportunities there. But every time I watch Pokemon or I play Pokemon, I'm just like, man, this world seems so nice. And if I ever die, I just want to live in this world.
No,
So
I like it. That's good, man. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
that's my answer for sure. That's a really good question, and really good in-depth philosophical question, honestly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like it.
you know what else you can catch in the world of Pokemon, Matt?
Herpes.
No. A Starmie with fucking 10-foot legs.
Oh yeah, no, we don't talk about CA. We don't talk about CA. I'm gonna steer clear of Lumio City, but I don't know that one detective chick in the game. They, dude, they're not even rendering windows or balconies on the buildings, right? It's just a fucking texture. But the ass model on this chick, she's 21, by the way, verified. I had to check. The ass model on this chick, oh my god, Game Freak was like sculpting it, man. I forget her name. I haven't even played the game. I probably won't play the game. I'm not a big Legends fan. I'm just a mainline fan. Dude, I don't know what they did, but they gave her just a nice one. And then they didn't give a fuck about the Pokemon design. Starmie, they literally just stretched the legs of the original Starmie and said, oh, okay, that's good. And then Fear Alligator, they put a hood that looks like Toad. Oh, God, the designs are bad. Some of those megas are cool, but yeah, I'm not into it. The budget leaked for that game. I don't even know what it was, but it's just paltry budget for the amount of money they make. I think it was under like $1 million or something like that for the budget, and they make millions of dollars on those games. So yeah. What have we gotten into? What have we gotten ourselves into? If you're curious, just look up ZA detective ass. Private browser probably.
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah. So I saw that model of this female character and I was like, Game Freak, you motherfuckers. You can't render windows and you can't render balconies, but boy oh boy, can you render that. Someone had fun with that character model, I'll tell you that right now. So
Oh, I can't wait for the deviant art, if you will. Not because I want to check it out, but because I just love the concept of people just doing stupid stuff with these
oh dude,
characters.
even Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are leaning into it. I'm surprised Nintendo lets it go. There's a trainer with a Lopunny, and if you know Lopunny, the Pokemon, and he's a like a deviant. He's like, yeah, me and my Lopunny, we're just chilling, and he's like got the eyes, and then there's this one where you go up to a trainer, and he's like, I wonder where water Pokemon get their fluids from. Is it bodily fluids? And I'm just like, dude, this is a children's game. What are you doing? Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
the
Oh,
lore of
dude.
Pokemon goes deep. There are some rabbit holes.
Yeah, I can confirm. I have watched hours upon hours of. I've watched way more videos around Pokemon than I than I have played the actual games.
Yep. So, yeah, that's rule 34 for you. If you don't know what that is, look it up on a private browser. Anyway, that was a great question. Love it. Keep them coming. If you want to ask a question of anything, video game related, food related, we'll answer anything on the cast live. We'll give you a shout out. So there is a question section in Discord that I apparently forgot about when I was looking up this question. But yeah, you can ask them there. And thank you so much, Altier 23. We appreciate your question. So
Yeah, keep them coming, man.
definitely, definitely. Uh, so what have we been playing, Bob? I don't
Uh,
I don't know how much I want to get into mine because I want to save it. I mean, it may or may not be on my list. Honestly, it's that good.
do you want to start there and you kind of go do a little
Uh,
flyby because
yeah,
I got some things to say.
definitely. I have been playing. Let's see. Did I talk about 100%ing Silk Song last episode? I think I did.
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay. So Silk Song, put that to bed. Sometimes I'll just go on the app icon and go to it, just listen to music and be like, oh, I love and hate this game at the same time, but this is nostalgic already. Anyway, no, I started Kronos The New Dawn. And not only started it, but I finished it. And then I not only finished it, but I loved it so goddamn much that I started it again on New Game Plus. I won't get into it too much because I do want to get into it for our next episode. So spoiler, this is on my top 5 survival horror games of all time. It is that good. If you like Dead Space, if you like Silent Hill, if you like Alan Wake, if you like Resident Evil, like all of these are incredible IPs that the developer wears the inspiration on its sleeve. It runs beautifully. It looks gorgeous. It's in Unreal Engine 5. And the story is engaging. The characters, the facial animation on the models are top tier. And this is a double A studio, I believe. And it's Bloober. They made Silent Hill 2. They made The Medium. That was their IP, but they released this. And I saw the first trailer and I was like, ooh, I'm interested. Then they brought out this next trailer that encapsulated me. I was like, oh shit, this game's going to be good. The only reason I didn't play it on launch is because the physical version was delayed 2 weeks for some reason, and everyone knows that I buy the physical versions. Also, we had Borderlands 4, and I wanted to finish Silk Song. So I did want to finish those and then get into this 4 spooky season. I streamed the whole thing. I absolutely fucking love this game. It's incredible. It's criminally underscored on reviews. And uh, it is just a tight, pretty scary survival horror game with a very twisty, original story. Uh, I fucking loved it, man. Really good game. Really good game. And don't sleep on this one. If you like survival horrors, you got to go play Kronos. I know the reviews are like 74 or whatever right now. It's a lie. Just like the Tron Ares scores out there. Don't listen to everyone. Don't listen to everyone. Don't listen to the internet fucking brain meld of idiots that are saying that these okay, it's art, it's subjective, okay? But like it's cool to hate on stuff when everyone else hates on stuff for some reason on the internet. It's like, oh, everyone's hating on this, I should hate on it too. And I have a problem with that when you haven't seen the content, right? If you watch the content, it's not for you and you're like, I hated that, that's okay. That's a subjective opinion. But
Yep.
if you're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to go see Tron because it got bad reviews and everyone's hating on it, and I'm like, oh, did you like the first and second one? Oh yeah. Oh well, don't fucking listen to everything you hear on the internet because both of these things. Tron Ares is getting hate. I love Tron Ares. I saw it 3 times, so I think I have a good idea of if it's a good movie or not. I thought Jared Leto was great in it, and I think it's one of his best roles. And I think the same as Kronos. Like people, I read some of these reviews, and they're like, "It's too hard. It's got too much. It's got too little resources. I feel so underpowered." It's just like, dude, okay, get another reviewer to play it that's better. Because like I ended this game with like 35, 40 fucking shotgun gun rounds that I was saving for the last boss.
Oh,
And
damn.
yeah, it's manageable. If you've played Resident Evil, you know the resource is scarce. Resources are scarce, and you just got to be smart. You got to make all your shots count. You got to not get hit, and you just got to play smart. But yeah, a lot of reviewers are like, "It's too hard. They don't tell me where to go. I don't have a fairy or a voiceover telling me what to do every fucking second of the game." It's like, no, it's not going to hold your hand, and it's going to beat your ass at first. But you fail, you learn, and you adapt, you dial it back in, and you overcome what you thought was unachievable, just like Silksong. So, yeah, I don't agree with any of these scores. I think it's criminally underrated, and I'll say more about it on the next episode, and I'll give my final thoughts and final score of what I think it actually is. So, spoiler alert, I loved it.
Yeah, I'm glad you hear that. Dude, so I gotta ask, because I really nobody's really talked about this, at least in the reviews I've viewed, and I know I've seen it on your Pro and on the Great Rig. Saw what 10-20 minutes of it. Overall, though, what's that technical performance look like? Because I only saw the one snippet, so I'm curious here.
No problems whatsoever. I think it had some frame issues, maybe 1% of the time, but 99% of the time it ran flawlessly and it looks gorgeous. The lighting in the game is gorgeous. They did a incredible. It's one of the best looking games I've seen, and it runs beautifully on the PS5 Pro. No issues there. Maybe some minor frame drops and some heavily populated when they're rendering a lot, but nothing game breaking. I would even say maybe 0.5% of the time it had some frame drops. So it looked and ran beautiful.
Dude, I'm so glad to hear that, and I only bring that up because, well, the game I'm playing, we'll talk about, has some minor issues. So I was kind of curious, be a double A to
What?
double A kind of comparison.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Is the game you're playing, is that in UE5?
I think I don't know. Let me look at that up. I did not bother thinking about that.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Because
guess,
UE5 is having some issues across the board. I was expecting Kronos to have some issues, but they're not there. This
yep.
Bloober did a great job uh, optimizing this game.
Yeah, no, it is actually UE5. So
Yeah,
I'm really glad. The Blooper team's really showing their strengths, and they're coming out in full force lately.
yeah,
Uh,
they are,
and I
and
respect it.
I'm very excited for Silent Hill 1 because I think this was a piece of news, but they confirmed that they're working on it. So love to see a new IP. I really hope the sales reflected how good this game was, but probably not. Someone
Yeah.
sees the score, they're like, yeah, it sucks. It's just like, oh, that pisses me off. It's just like, no. If you like it and it intrigues you, go play it. It's really good. So I really like just don't want to spoil anything, but we could. It doesn't close; it opens it for a sequel, so it keeps it open ended. Let's just say that. And a lot isn't explained. There's a lot of theory crafting here that I've been talking to a lot of people that have played the game. Shout out to Bo, Carrie, and we've been kind of theory crafting. Like, what do you think about this? And it's really interesting to hear. Like, that's the great thing about having a conversation after the game. Right, is the theory crafting and the things that aren't explained, like, oh, what was your interpretation of this? Or, oh, what do you think is happening here? Or, oh, what do you think is next? It's just so fun. So I like storytelling that's a little more open ending, because you do get these conversations and you get these really cool theory crafting discussions. So
That's awesome, man. I absolutely cannot wait to play this game. When I finally get there, of course. When, right? The story of
yeah,
2025.
right. When? I would definitely recommend try and finish it before the end of the year. Uh, I beat it in 20 hours. So
Oh,
yeah,
all right. All right. So it's digestible. And I heard New Game Plus is kind of the way to go if you're,
yeah. But
excuse me, if
that's
you really want to get into the story and like really complete this game.
right. And the length isn't indicative of how long it is. I don't even know how long to beat has on it, but I take my sweet fucking time and I explore every nook and cranny. And I got 96% of the collectibles in this game on my first blind run. So, and I got all the main collectibles, let's just say that. Uh yeah, I did a really good job with this game, and I think I took longer than most people would, but man, I had a blast. And I think 20 hours is like a sweet spot, 20 to 30 hours. And here's the thing, I'm playing it again. I want more of it. I'm gonna play it after this cast because I'm on New Game Plus. There's some stuff that is added, and all your shit carries over, and there's a lot of upgrades that I really want to test out. So yeah,
Awesome, man. So glad to hear that.
yeah. I'm excited for you to play it so we can talk about it. It's
Maybe it's,
really good, dude.
yeah.
So good.
Everything you're saying tells me like I'm really curious. I like theory crafting. I think I know what the main collectible you're talking about is, or at least I know one of them. And I'm like, I have to do this. I
Exactly.
want all of these
Yeah. I found
items.
them all. So
Oh, really?
speaking of which, but don't say anything. Yeah, that's funny. That's so funny. That's so ironic. I love that.
Oh,
We can't say anything, but yeah. It might have
uh,
been. Was it in the marketing? Well, it was in the marketing, but the context wasn't there. So we'll let people be surprised when they finally pick it up, because you're gonna fucking play it. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna get Kronos, and you're gonna fucking play it.
yeah,
And yeah, so I'm talking to the audience, not you. I know you're going to play it, but everyone here listening is going to go right now after this episode, after this section. You're going to finish the episode, right? And then you're going to go and you're going to go buy fucking Kronos and you're going to go play it. And you're going to talk about it on Discord and you're going to love it. And we're all going to theory craft. And I'll create a spoiler channel for Kronos. So that is your mission, everyone.
go
So
forth and do great things.
indeed, indeed. What have you been playing? I know one main game you've been playing. You've been playing a couple others.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear your thoughts on
Let's see.
on.
So the short answer, folks, is expect me to fully be playing my usual in and out games along the way. I've been playing a lot more of the Puzzle Quest. Unfortunately, it's kind of coming up onto the edge of something else that I'm really interested in and I want to play because it's a great Portal game. Plants vs Zombies Replanted.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
so it's stuck in this position. And right now is a great portal time for me because I'm watching a lot of esports stuff. Uh, and
Yep.
I'm having a great time with those. But this week I finally said, you know what? I need to get into something meatier or something more in front of the TV and enjoy it. So I decided to go ahead and break out my copy since the wife gave it to me early, and I've been playing Hell is Us.
Yeah.
Um, so this has been it's been developed by Rogue Factor, so it's very double A. I'll say that. I'll start off right there. Right. This is a so the marketing is this game about it is no map, no waypoints. You're gonna have to figure out how to do things on your own, right? And that is a good sales pitch because I think that's probably the best way to truly sell this game. Because if I try to tell you what genre or what would it would have the elements and use it and say that, you're going to end up with that word salad, if you know what I mean. Because this game, it fucking it rocks, man. If you're willing to overlook some of the small things, this game is really special. There's something to it. So the very high overlay. Sorry, folks. This is kind of like I'm not giving you spoilers. This is just the setup, right? You are literally somebody who goes into this country that's within our world, but has been isolated. Kind of think, where's Black Panther from? Remind me.
Wakanda.
Yeah, I think kind of like Wakanda, right? You go in and you're here to find somebody. I'm not going to say anything beyond that, but you're here to find somebody, right? Well, the game's like, cool, go find the person. Here you go. You got to go walk this way, and then you're going to find what you need to do, and you're going to naturally do your story progression. But a few, like an hour or two in, you're going to find that you're actually stepping into some shit because this country is torn and it's war torn by two. You find yourself stuck between a religious war, is the short answer, between two different factions. They absolutely hate each other. So I'll let your imagination take wild from there of the kinds of things. And from a story perspective, I really like the way this game kind of tells itself, um, in terms of, uh, for example, you get a lot of, because it's a fake country, you get fake religions, for example, or fake ethnicities. Um, and then at some point, I came across one of the a character, an NPC, and I was talking to him, and they actually, you ask, and you can ask about the world, and you'll get more background. And one of them actually explained it and provided it in a parallel and said, well, this faction's more like a conservative. This faction is more like modern day Republicans in America, and things of that nature. And it kind of helps bridge that gap so you get a sense of how, what's really like, what are these people's opinions, what are their thoughts, what are their emotions, what are their drives. And I think it's really cool in that. The story, sometimes the writing sometimes can, and this voice acting can be a little, I don't want to say a miss, but flat. um where you're like, why that could be really well delivered, but the voice acting is kind of like this and more robotic,
Okay.
and I don't appreciate it. It's serviceable, I think, is the best way to describe it. Um, and but outside of that, from a technical standpoint, there are some typical little bit of bugs you would expect out of UE5 AA game. There's a little bit of frame, not drops, but like stutters real quick. Nothing to impact combat, nothing to impact overall storytelling. But when you're in a big open area, because this game is broken up into big zones, and you travel along a fast travel system to get to them. Sometimes you'll see it where it's like you can tell the vegetation's kind of loading in, and it causes a split second uh dip in frames. But inside of combat, no issues. There are some weird audio stuff that I came across, but I don't know if it was the way I had things set up because I changed the settings from their default upscaling resolution to using Sony's PSSR, because I figured why not. I don't think that so, because PSSR deals with visuals, but you never know in tech. One thing can cause another. And it was very minor. It was only in one very specific area. And I only noticed it because I only noticed it the one time, and then when I did notice it, it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. But outside of that, it was that one instance, so I'm not too complaining. But yeah, this game is a third-person puzzle action. It's got a lot of DNA from a lot of different genres. Uh, so it's got. Let's just get it over with. It has Souls light style to it. Okay. Um, yeah, your combat is very much a parry, dodge, attack, don't get hit too much kind of style. The catch is there's no upgrade system for your character's stats outside of the items that you get, which you can upgrade. So there's no stat tracking to keep in mind there. Enemies can respawn after loading in again. So hey, you got that. You collect the materials from them, and then you use them to upgrade stuff. So it's kind of got a little bit of that feel behind there. Um,
I have a question. Do
yeah,
you lose shit when you die?
no. So it does not.
Good.
It said it's very light, very very light. Right?
Yeah.
I don't. I almost feel bad for saying it, but you can kind of feel it. It's one of those
Yeah.
elements. You know what else it has an element of, Matt? And I really appreciate, or at least I saw this, and no, I haven't heard anybody else talk about this.
What?
Think eldritch horror stuff, because there's these monsters
Mm.
and there are these eldritch horrors. Well, you
Like
get,
Lovecraft?
yeah, think Lovecraftian ish. And there are, once you get your base like weapons and stuff like that, and the combat expands, you realize there's I'm gonna say elements for a lack of better terms. Um, I don't want to spoil them because I think they kind of do tie into the story. But there's these four different elements, and they're all color coded, and they all have this kind of like rock paper scissors thing going around in a big
Love
circle.
that.
Lovecraftian rock paper scissors going around. One defeats the other. I saw a lot of eternal darkness in this
I was
regard.
just about to say, is it like Eternal Darkness? Because there's three of them there, and kind of Forspoken. Forspoken
Uh,
has that too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what really struck me is you'll see this too if you get it when you get a chance to play this. Between the like realism of we're in a real world, the like our planet, but there's the fake organization or a fake country, and then there's these weird, surreal monsters that you're fighting. It all culminates into what feels almost like a Remedy game.
Mm, you have my attention. No, this game has had my attention. I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, the music, when
Very
I'm
cool.
fighting in combat, it's really beautiful. It definitely has it very much feels Remedy-like. It's weird to say that, but I really appreciate it for what for its charm. Um, and don't let the you don't know anything or you have to use like we don't give you waypoints and stuff kind of stop you. I think the game designs itself well enough to where even a dummy like me can figure out what to do next. Some of the puzzles are a little obscure, but if you stop and you slow down and you kind of look at your surroundings, you'll realize that, oh yeah, I kind of see what the game is trying to tell me without actually putting it into a quest marker. So you can kind of solve the puzzles if you're paying attention, right? Like
Yeah.
an example, early puzzle on, it was like, all right, you got to do these symbols in the correct order or whatever it is. What I don't remember, statue something, but it doesn't. You know that's what you have to do, but you have no clue how you're supposed to get that information. And then you look at your surroundings and you start reading the different things in the environment and you go, oh, I see that word placed in here kind of sticks out, so that must be this, and then you can kind of piece it together. So it gives you enough breadcrumbs to where you feel smart when you finally do get it, but not frustrating enough to where you want to throw your controller at the wall like you're playing Myst back in 1995.
Right. So it has a lot of adventure elements, and I love that a game is like, all right, get your pen and paper, get your notebook, get ready to remember stuff, and draw your map and write down the things people say. Or does it have like a little journal in it? Does it like log things that NPCs say?
So not with NPCs, but what you it does a really good job of cataloging things.
Yeah.
And what I mean by good job of it is specifically it filters out all the BS. So if you talk to somebody and they give you information that's not necessarily useful, they might show up in a log entry that says, "Hey, this is this person. Here's where they live," or whatever. But there'll be a separate sub menu that says,
Mhm.
"Here is discovery stuff." Here is the stuff that's related to your main objective. And it's not going to tell you specifically this person, go talk to this person, but it'll say this person lives here and it's related to the main objective that you're trying to do. So it's got a little bit of that. It kind of blends it together and it does enough to keep the filtering out. There's these items you can pick up that'll be related to a side quest, but those end up in their own sub menu, so okay, this is related to a side quest and it's not related to some puzzle I need to figure out within the environment. So you can kind of go, okay, and you get a little bit of to separation in that regard. But you're right.
Very cool.
I broke out pen and paper for this game, and I did not. It did not disappoint. I'm like, because there was a specific puzzle with like these different, like six different things I had to remember, and they had to be in a specific order. And I was like, I'm not going to remember this. I'm 2, 3 beers deep. So I brought out the notebook and I got a pencil and I wrote down, oh, this one, this one, this one. And then I was right. And I felt smart for 5 seconds. Um,
That's awesome. I love that. The last game that had me doing that was Tunic.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You could see, I could see that. Uh, But
Yep.
yeah, man, this is a very special it's a very special game. I think it has its flaws, very much so, but if you're willing to if you're not willing to be high horse about 100% stable 60 frames 24/7, and you're okay to look over some flat, not bad, but flat voice acting and writing in some cases, I think this is a very, very hidden gem, and people aren't talking about it enough. There are a lot of different elements to a lot of different genres. I could probably go on about them all day long, but definitely go check this out. Hell is Us. I'm in Act Two, and I'm probably, I think, don't quote, I don't know for sure. I'm kind of keeping it out. Is I'm about halfway, just 45% done with the game. I haven't looked up at the how long to beat. The only thing I can really say that kind of brings this game down, Matt, is for a game that wants you to remember things and to write them down and figure it out on your own, there are some missables.
Ah, dang.
Yeah. Uh, so that's all I'm going to say. I'll let you guys
Okay.
figure it out from there. But there are some missable stuff. So feel free. There are great guides out there. PSN profiles. I love that. Love that site because they can give you some they can give you spoiler free kind of guide about how to do this.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely go check it out, man. I gotta say, my final thought: if you really dive into this game and engage with the mechanics, um, without spoiling too much, you get these weapons. You can get different types of weapons, and you can use them in
Yeah.
combat, right? And you got
I
primary
was
and
just
secondary.
about to ask, how's the combat?
So you got primary and secondary type of weapons, right? You've got your endurance and you've got your health. Simple. Keep it sweet. I don't need extra stuff, right? Um, you can get here's the fun thing. Well, I'll get to so you can parry and you can block. Obviously, parry reduces the enemy stamina bar just like any other game. Blocking attacks reduces your stamina. If you drain your stamina, you're really slow, kind of thing, right? But what I really found, and this is where combat can kick your ass if you're not careful, is your maximum stamina is equated to your health. And what I mean by it is
Oh,
if you take a hit that takes away half of your health, your maximum stamina until you heal is at half.
interesting.
Uh-huh. There is a mechanic that allows you to think Bloodborne style, where after a certain amount of damaging or whatever, you can do a button prompt and you'll heal for some health back,
Mhm,
so you can
mhm.
stay topped off, which is really interesting. The enemy variety is not gr- it's not amazing, but I think the best way I can put it is so there's enemies and there's like 6 or 10 different types of base enemies, but each one of those can have a different variant, and those variants can come in different combinations. So you might see say a 6 or 10 same style of enemies, and their combo moves, but then they've got these other I'm trying to be very vague here. They've got these
Sure.
other elements that make them unique and make them
Hmm.
more of a challenge. And these enemies in this game will not hold back. This is not Ghost of Yotei Assassin's Creed where they come at you one on one. You will get gangbanged. No nice way
Mm.
to put it. I've walked into a room where literally a hallway where there was 10 different enemies, and I had to be like trail them along because if I walked in, I was going to get jumped like I
Oh,
was
wow.
in
So the enemy AI is pretty good?
for the most part.
Nice.
It's pretty serviceable in that regard. Because I hate the one-on-one stuff. I don't want to say I hate, but it kind of makes combat minute when you're like, there's 5 dudes surrounding you and they all come in one-on-one, a la Arkham, Spider-Man, whatever, right? You know the point I'm trying to make. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, they definitely come in. I gotta say, I got found a build that's so stupid because you level up your weapons as you
Mhm.
use them. So you
Okay.
can level them up to a certain amount, and then you have to improve them via a process, and then that allows you to continue to level them. But you only level them when you kill things or when you
Mhm.
use them in combat. I found these dual axes, and I've got a what they call this augment of some kind, where you can go rage and you ignore all crowd control onto you, and I comboed it with this other rune that says you get health back whenever you kill something. So I
Oh,
just
wow.
drop this rune and then hit this energy and just go in and just go wham, 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 and they can't stop me because I'm immune to be knockbacks and all of that. And then I
Nice.
just get health and stamina back as I kill things. It's a lot of fun. There's a drone. They for some random reason, I gotta say that's the one thing that's one of those story points where I'm gonna be like, just expect this. It was really awkward. You go into this thing, you find the first enemy. Oh, congratulations, your gun doesn't work on it. It's a video game trope. Some person comes in and they saves you. Oh my goodness, you get they saved you. Now something happens and you get their weapon and their cloak and their drone. No context about the person, nothing. He just picks the stuff up and is like, all right, cool, I guess I'm going to use this now, and you go into combat. So
Maybe
you
it'll be explained. I don't know.
I don't know. It was so weird. It felt awkward because he just watches this person, and then you're like, "Oh, he just
It
picks it
was
up,
a
and that's it." Like the drone starts following. Nothing to do with it.
Yeah. I think I was watching this part on Twitch and it was really well done. Like
Yeah,
it piqued my interest. I was like, "Oh wow, this is a really cool fucking cutscene." But it was super early in the game and then I kind of tuned out because I do want to play this game.
yeah,
Sony kind of PlayStation championed this game and they've been marketing it and it looks really cool. So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for it.
It's a very dark game. This is
Good.
goes into some I'm putting this up there for people that are sensitive to certain subjects. This game goes into those subjects. It does not
Excellent.
shy away from them. It's very real in that regard. I don't wanna give
Good.
anybody flashbacks, but yes, be prepared. This is one of those games I tell you when they give you that warning at the banner, this is when I say, keep that in mind and be serious about.
Mhm. Yeah, as all art should. They should explore all forms of artistic vision, and yeah, dark or light or whatever. Um, yeah, that's awesome. So does it have some horror elements? Where is it like scary?
I wouldn't say scary.
Yeah.
I thought it would, but it knows how to set a tone because you'll go inside of a cave and it's or a build or like spelunking or whatever you want to call it, and ancient ruins. They're those are the words, Bob. Uh, and there'll be you've got your drone and you got to turn on your flashlight, and it's pretty dark in there. So if you're not careful and you're not paying attention, you'll walk around the corner and get you're like, ah, shit. It
Yeah.
actually happened in one. I was picking on our listener of the show, Bo, because he told me, "Hey, yeah, you'll get access to this door that was really early on." And I was like, "Oh, cool!" And I felt really smart because I was like, "I solved the puzzle to open this locked door." And then I literally got jumped right as the door opened, and I was like, "Thanks, dude."
Nice. I bet he was
Thanks for
laughing his
warning.
ass off.
Oh yeah. He was like,
Uh,
"Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention." Right.
Whoops.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And all of you can tune in and watch these antics as well. And you can interact and Bob will see your comments. So head
Yep.
on over to twitch.tv/shapes of gaming. It's a
Yep.
fun time. I was in there and it was fun watching you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to it tonight. So maybe I'll
Heck
get
yeah.
an hour or two to stream and come say hi.
Heck yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
All right.
So
But yeah, that's hell is us. Nothing else this week. Just assume
okay.
I'm playing other stuff in the background.
Cool. Haven't picked back up Evil East Chronicles?
Not this week. I
Yeah.
really want to get back into it. I've talked to Caleb, a friend of the show, and
Mhm.
I've seen he's been on it like a champion. I know
Oh yeah.
100%. I want to. Um, I gotta get around to it, man. But it
Yeah.
is definitely
When?
on
Right.
my yeah. It is definitely on my. I'll probably finish it by the end of the year. It's going to be an in and out game.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. After Kronos, I'm debating on platinuming it. I'm trying to wrap up a few more trophies. I like getting my list to like at least 70%, just because I'm fucking autistic like that. But I like the bar to be a little longer and the number to be a little bigger. It's so stupid. I am enjoying it though. I'll probably, if I get bored of it, I'll put it down. And then I'll probably play Little Nightmares 3. I heard that's short, and then I'll finally dig into Ghost of Yote. Ghost of Yote is the one of the first PlayStation first party games that I haven't played on launch because we just had so much shit. Hell is Us was on my list. I haven't even got to it. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, haven't even got to that. So it's just there were so many games in September, and then it flooded into October, and yeah, Ghost of Yotei will probably be my November game. But I'm glad Hell is Us is good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and it's on my list. But who knows when I'll get to it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I definitely recommend it. One day, right? One day.
One day, for sure, for sure. Let's get into the news. We got some news items this week that we want to talk about. One that I'm going to go into a very fucking heavy rant about that I'm really, I don't even want to. I don't want to talk about it until it comes up. We can. Oh my god, I'm so pissed.
Save it for the end, bud. We'll save it for the end for you.
Oh, we'll save it. Save it for that'll be a little nightcap for everyone.
Yeah, that
My
way you can
rant.
that way you can stop the cast and you can feel stress free for a moment. All right, you'll feel
Love it.
get some things off your chest, right?
Exactly. I may need another beer for this one.
All right. Well, I guess without further ado, we'll just jump right into it here.
Awesome.
Well, so we'll start with this first one off. Unfortunately, it is sad news within our industry. This broke, I mean, literally the morning after, as you guys, our last episode went live. On October 16th is when I first saw it. I do want to say I pulled this from Game Informer, and I'll get to why I pulled it from them specifically. It's all around. But the legendary creator of the 3D Ninja Gaiden series and Dead or Alive and founder of Team Ninja,
Damn.
the developer, let me see if I can get this right, folks. Tomo no Bu Itagaki has passed away at 58, man.
It's young.
He wrote on his Facebook page, which was translated over to here in the West. It just says, "Last words: the light of my life is finally fading. The fact that this message has posted means my time has finally come. I am no longer in this world. I am entrusting this final post to someone important to me, which I'm curious about. My life has been a series of battles. I kept winning. I have caused a lot of trouble too. I am proud to say that I followed my beliefs and fought to the end. I have no regrets. However, I am filled with regret that I am unable to deliver a new work to all my fans. I am sorry. This is how it goes. So it goes." Poetic, man.
It's powerful. What a legacy, though. What a legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a huge legacy and a personality, man. From my understanding, we'll say personality online. I'm not going to go digging up things that I don't know about and speaking onto them, I should say. But yeah, I know you played the 3D Ninja Gaidens, correct?
No,
Really? Did you play any of the Dead or Alive series?
no.
Wow. Oh
I've
man.
seen things on them, and
Oh.
I've watched content based off of it
I love that.
for sheer curiosity. I
Yeah.
know they're great games. I know 4 just released, and that's crazy the timing. Like I don't know if he was heavily involved in 4, but I mean he created the foundation for it, and to not see that release is unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I gotta say, I played not the Dead or Alive fighting games, but oddly enough, I got
Why'd you play those, Bob?
I really got into Dead or Alive Extreme Beach
Oh,
Volleyball.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
There is some
Some really good physics in that game.
the physics aside, it
Very
was
impressive physics.
the physics aside and the outstanding beauty that is the game. It
Yeah.
they were legitimately good beach volleyball
Oh,
games
I bet.
that like, that was what's
I bet.
great, about I played a couple of Dead or Alive games for, like, a few minutes here and there, and that was what was really fun about his work is it was very over the top and, like, you could everybody was like, "Yeah, we see what you're going with here,"
Oh,
but
we appreciate it too.
we appreciate it, but underneath, if you get past that, there's a really fucking solid game there, man. I know
Yeah.
the three I know that
I played Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball for the gameplay.
I did! That's what's
Mhm.
funny.
Mhm.
Oh.
Anyway, what was this? Yeah.
I watch it for the plot.
Right, I watched it for the plot. Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man.
Mhm.
But I do want to say I pulled this from specifically Game Informer, and I want to call out
Yeah.
people, call out something very specific. I got to get in my soapbox real quick, folks.
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of the legendary creator of Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive, folks. He's part of Team Ninja, which created the 3D Ninja Gaiden series,
Hmm.
not the whole Ninja Gaiden series. I'm tired. Get it straight, folks. There's a 2D series. In fact, we just got a
Right.
good one this year that came out a couple of months ago. So just be careful with your words. I hate the clickbaity articles and misrepresentation, but
Right.
yeah. R.I.P. in
Right.
peace. And
You know what else Team Ninja was part of?
what's that?
A
What are you going
Metroid
for?
game.
Ah,
Yeah.
wait,
Other
which
M.
other M?
Yep.
Mm,
Yep.
I
So, Team Ninja and Retro Studios. Uh, yeah.
That's good, man. I haven't. I didn't play Other M. I really been meaning to.
Yeah. Other M's okay. It's not like the best. I think they were part of Metroid Dread too. I think they did a lot of Metroid games actually. Let me look this up while you talk more about this.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a good question. I will keep you in mind there, but yeah, this is a very sad. As we said in there, um, I just the one thing that I will say is I've been trying to find and nobody it's been very quiet. I get it was a prominent figure, culture differences aside, is still nothing about a cause of death, and it's been almost a week. I know it might
Wow.
take some time to get over. I mean, if I'm going to be on, it's just the social media post that kind of throws some red flags there.
Hmm.
But definitely feel for him and his family and anybody else that's really is a truly a fan out there. Um,
Right. Okay, they only did Other M. They didn't do any others.
all right, just
So
other
they
M.
did, yeah, they did help develop a Metroid game, which is Other M. So
Perfect.
yeah, what a
Well,
legacy to leave behind. A founder of an awesome studio, part of the creation of some pretty good games like Ninja Gaiden Black. I've heard really good things, and yeah, he inspired and laid the foundation of Ninja Gaiden 4. So I want to leave a legacy like that.
isn't that the dream, my friend?
Yep, yep,
Well,
and
that
of course, he left the legacy of Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. So I hope he's up there right now playing volleyball with his girls.
Ooh, yeah, in those
That's what I'd be doing.
physics.
Yeah, yeah, appreciating all those physics.
Yeah. I will say if you ever for anybody that is absolutely curious, do not go looking up this game in front of your wife or significant other
Yeah,
without them
preferably in a private
understanding.
web browser,
Yeah,
preferably in
do
private
not.
mode,
Uh,
incognito. Yep,
it did
yep.
the bridge between that and Rule 34 is very short.
Oh, absolutely. And that was Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. If you forgot,
Yes. You're just a hater. That's all I know.
hater.
But
No, I love that game. Not for the volleyball though.
I did. It was
Sure,
did you play
sure.
it on
Well,
the
there
Xbox?
there are those who like they admit why they played that game, and those who lie.
No, there's a difference. I'll admit why I grabbed the game.
Oh yeah, you were grabbing other stuff while playing the game too. Anyway,
Hey-oh.
oh, oh,
Oh, but yes, RIP in peace.
yeah, that's
Hopefully we don't have to report on any of that in the near future.
yeah. It always sucks when the legends of the industry pass away. So
Yeah.
yeah, R.I.P.
And
in peace.
well, this next piece of news is actually a two-parter.
Okay.
Because there are two different things that came out of this. So for as we reported a couple weeks ago, Tencent and Sony are embroiled in a legal battle, right? Over the Tencent's game Light Up Motorum.
Mhm.
It has been going back and forth. There have been this person saying this side saying this. The last that I've seen is, and this is interesting, I like this, is Sony has filed a motion for a preliminary injunction to stop Tencent from using Aloys or Resemblance and other elements in the Horizon series. This is coming back as the company has already accused the upcoming title as a quote blatant knockoff of and their motion to dismiss. Now Sony is seeking an injunction. For those that might not understand, this is a kind of a hey, while we figure out XYZ in the court case, we want the judge to say freeze this process,
Hmm.
simply to try to keep Tencent from making money. And then even if they do lose, they're like, hey, we're still left holding the bag, even if we have to pay out. Um, this has been going back. I think we talked about Lighter Motor, man. I don't know. I just it kind of feels like they're throwing grasping at straws here. What do you feel?
Oh yeah, 10 cents grasping at straws. PlayStation, Sony has them dead to rights. They asked for license to the IP. PlayStation said no, and then they released this. Then when PlayStation was like, no, you can't do that," they pulled some of the images. That's guilt. That's admitting guilt, right? 10 cents, yeah, they got them dead to rights. Their 10 cent is literally mitigating how bad they get fucked, and they are kicking and screaming as they are going to lose this battle. Because I mean, dude, I saw the trailer the day one it released, and I was like, oh my god, this is a total ripoff of Horizon. And I was like, oh yeah, PlayStation's coming for them. So the fact that we've learned so much, like they actually went to PlayStation and asked to license the IP, that is just like, oh, dude, you're caught red-handed. Just, I get it. They can throw money. They have a ton of money, and they can throw it around, and they can mitigate as much damage as possible and drag this through the system to make PlayStation pay and to elongate the process. But they're fucked. They they're, they're done. And so yeah, good. Just don't do it. Don't rip off art and try and sell it. Just don't do it. Come up with creative, unique ideas. And yeah, it's a beloved series of mine. Horizon is one of my favorite IPs from PlayStation. The moment I saw Light of Motorium or whatever the fuck it's called, I don't really care. I was like, oh my, that's totally a Horizon ripoff, and it's a bad one too. So yeah, uh, I mean, art in all forms is awesome, but like they had marketing material that was straight up ripped from Guerrilla Studios. And then the fact that they took it down when PlayStation was like, "Hey, that looks exactly like Horizon. What are you doing?" They're like, "Ah, our bad." And PlayStation's like, what? You're still trying to sell this game? No." So, yeah, I hope they get buried for this.
Yeah,
It's
we'll see.
lazy, and Tencent as a company is, you know, has some shady practices. We'll just say that. They're buying up a lot of stuff, and I don't appreciate or like what they're doing to the industry. And a lot of sellouts are happening, and they just need to stay in their own lane and make their own shit and not mess with the behemoth PlayStation's art, or you will get buried, and
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen.
No, I think that's fair. Um, I
So
think
yeah.
I think this kind of brings, if I may, I think this brings up a deeper side of things that kind of goes unspoken of a lot of time, because while I do know that the filings are, through Sony and through a federal court in California, the circuit court there, um, Tencent's Chinese owned. Um,
Yep.
so even if you do get something, the question is how is that enforced, right? And this is not the first time that a foreign, let's just say foreign, uh, organization, if for lack of better terms, um, has. decided to get a little too close to the sun. There have been knockoffs, and I say knockoffs, and I know it sounds bad, but inspired material, and very resemblant, that's come out of no cut in the dice, quite frankly, China, particularly with the video game industry. There's been a lot of, hey, we have XYZ at home. You can find those short videos online. I'll let you
Mm-hmm.
folks go find them. Where it's like, hey, do you have Spider-Man? Yeah, we have Spider-Man. And it kind of pretty much looks like Spider-Man. It just says Spider Boy or
Yeah.
whatever. Uh,
Right.
so the point I'm making is I'm curious to see, even if Sony wins, how is this going to be enforced? Because that's a international relations issue between two corporate entities.
Mhm.
It's kind of like when you take somebody to small claims court and the judge says, yeah, they owe you $10,000. Congratulations, that's up to you to go get your $10,000.
Exactly. And yeah, it's just, oh man, just make your own art. I don't understand. Like, don't rip off other people's art. And to be clear, uh, PlayStation and Gorilla aren't aren't in the U.S. either. They're foreign entities. PlayStation is from Japan, and Gorilla, I believe, is from where UK or something. No, let me look that up. Gorilla Games location.
Oh,
Uh, but or Amsterdam
yeah, I
or
believe so.
yeah, Amsterdam,
Yeah.
Netherlands. So yeah, but yeah, they just have some shady practices. We have gotten some cool stuff from China. Like, not everything from China is bad. We're not saying that. We got the China Hero Project, and we got Black Myth Wukong. We're getting a lot of cool stuff. But this conglomerate over there is backed by questionable intent. Let's just say that. So do your own research. We're not going to get into it here. We're not saying everything bad. Everything from China is bad, of course, but there is some questionable backing and questionable funding for this particular large organization that is irking its way into the video game industry. So, which I don't appreciate, and it's happening on multiple fronts, and it's happening more than I would like it to. So, uh, start digging, do your research into what corporations are, how they're funded, and where they're getting their money from. And I'll tell you what, right now, the people that are funding are going to be pushing the agenda for these companies. Let's just say that. So I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, they actually Tencent actually came to PlayStation. They asked for licensing of the Last of Us IP as well, and PlayStation was like, "No, fuck off."
Yes, I also heard that. Yeah, The Last of Us was that. Sorry, my brain was
Yep.
thinking of something else. But yeah, which is really weird.
They're dead to
It,
rights. They got them dead to rights.
Sony's not going to give you The Last of Us to play
I
with. They're
know.
sure as hell not going to give you Horizon to touch.
Yeah, they're
Um,
going to release The Last of Us at least 40 more times. They're not done with that one. I love The Last of Us. Love part one over two. Two's incredible, and you still got to fucking finish two so we can talk about it. But I'm a big fan of The Last of Us. And yeah, Tencent asked for that IP. They're just going around and scraping IP. They're trying to, at least, from stuff that's already established. Dude, make your own shit. Come up with your own shit and stop ripping off incredible artists. That's all I have to say on that.
I'll leave you. I'll let you end it on that one. Um, at least from that angle. There was another interesting piece that came out of this, which is, as with any court proceedings, you take testimonials and you get documents are public, can be public knowledge, things of that nature. This pulled from Insider Gaming, but they're reporting via through the Game Post that according to a report from the Game Post, the head of PlayStation Productions, Assad, I'm not even going to pronounce that. Sorry, guys.
Fizzlebash.
Kizzlebash spoke with the release plans for the Horizon Zero Dawn movie in a sworn declaration. He stated that the film, based on the Horizon series, is in development in partnership with Columbia Pictures, with whom they have already partnered on the Uncharted and Gran Turismo films in 2023, respectively. All right. He's added that, quote, I already have a working script and are actively searching for a director. The team aims to start shooting for the picture in 2026 and is releasing in 2027. So
Mm.
2 years from now. is the move, which lines up with the Minecraft movie, if I'm not mistaken, for a Horizon Zero, or a movie based around the Horizon series. I don't know, man. I'm kind
Two
of
things.
curious. Go ahead, because I
No,
got
go
thoughts.
ahead. Okay.
I One, why?
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just gotta. I have to ask that because Horizon's gameplay, well, outdoes the a lot of the other aspects, right? And number two, quite honestly, there was some voice acting not by Ashley Birch is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I think she's an amazing voice actress, but I think the character of Aloy is kind of flat. Um, Meanwhile, there are other voice actors in there that are by far supreme, and unfortunately, they're
It's
no longer with us.
it's explained by the lore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't want to go into it, but it's explained by the lore
Um,
why she's subdued, and most people don't understand that. But
I
yes, the other voice actor, Lance Reddick,
Yep.
he did an incredible job with Silence.
Fuck, dude, that was an amazing role. But yeah, that's
Yes,
ultimately what I ask is why, because of the Horizon experience is all about hunting robot dinosaurs in a post-apocalyptic world.
which is fucking awesome. But yeah, and so I would piggyback on that with two questions, right?
Uh-huh.
Why, if they tell the same story, don't do that. Don't tell the same
Mm.
story. Tell an original, different story that's not related to the games. We've already played and experienced that story. Okay, that's what The Last of Us did. They did it good, but I enjoy the game better. And if you tell the same story, you're going to have comparisons. And the game, the TV show, does not compare to the game at all. The game is better in every way. And yes, I am that person like, oh, the book's better. You should read the book. You should play the game over the TV series. They told some original stories, which those were some of the best episodes in the fucking series of the original stories they told that weren't told in the game. So if they can do that, if they can tell an original story that's relevant or that links with the game, but is not the story that we've uh, been told in Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, or Horizon Call of the Mountain, that's fine. And two, for the love of God, just make it anime. Don't do live action. This is a very hard, very high budget live action title. You're not going to make your own robot dinosaurs. You're going to CG them. And guess what? You have a gorilla already rendered all this shit in the game. So, but you can't. I mean, it is Horizon. I would argue is photorealistic. It's one of the fucking best looking games I've ever seen. But dude, just make it animated. They're doing a God of War thing too with a 7-foot Kratos, and they're not animating it. It's just like, guys, come on. The Last of Us, yes, I get it. You can do a live action The Last of Us, right? But Horizon and God of War, just animate it.
I I could see that, but counterpoint. For the sake
What?
of our for the sake of our not for the sake of our, I mean, but just a thought in my head. Fallout
Mm-hmm.
has an entire TV series that does a really, really good job of representing not just the aesthetics of the game, they
Yeah,
also tell an original story, and it looks really good.
and it's pretty grounded. It's a pretty grounded story that would make sense that is slightly after post-apocalyptic, right? Like Horizon is I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but have you been in one of the fucking cauldrons in Horizon? It looks like a goddamn alien spaceship. There's
Yeah.
way more technical stuff going on in Horizon than there is Fallout. Fallout's pretty grounded. It's in, the next one's going to be in Las Vegas. It's in I don't know where is it's based off of, but it's like a desert and there's human enemies, there's of course monster enemies, but they're all like monsters based off of the animals we have today. Have you seen a fucking tall neck, Bob? I have one right behind me. Does that
No,
look
yeah.
like anything that exists today?
Oh, I don't disagree, but I'm saying
Yeah.
They could pull it off. You're talking about robot servants, and then you're talking about different types of. They got a we Fallout 3 has an alien blaster for Christ's sakes, right?
That's
Like
true.
something completely
Yeah.
out of this world. You can go in. All right, sorry. In one of the Fallout 3 DLCs, there is literally an entire DLC that takes place with aliens. Okay, that's all I'm
Mhm,
going to say.
mhm.
So you can
But they
do
didn't
it.
do that in the TV series, did they?
No, no, they didn't. They
They were
didn't.
pretty grounded with it
But
because it's live action.
who touched the tall necks? Aloy. She's the one that was crazy enough to climb them, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Go. You don't have to do that. Tell a story that's more grounded inside of the. You're right on the mark. I agree with you.
You
Tell
gotta
that
have the
part of the.
machines, though.
I think you could do it, and this is just my take. And I admit I don't know shit about writing a movie, right, nor a TV series, but
Right.
I think
Yeah.
I think you could make one or two of them be a centerpiece as part of like an end of a set piece, right? Like this is a
Mhm,
focal point in the story. This is when it happens. You don't need to include everything, right? But
mhm,
you can include one or two that makes the viewer go, "Oh, I get the idea of what's going on," because you'll have people
mhm.
watching this movie that might not have necessarily played the game.
Right. And I love that aspect of it. If this drives people to be interested in, oh, there's a video game like this. Oh, it looks like this. That's awesome. If it increases, uh, interest and player count on the game, if it's kind of like a conduit to the game, that's awesome. I know the Fallout TV series increased like Fallout sales 400% or some shit like that. And then The Last of Us saw that too. Just don't tell the same story. Just don't do that, because if you're trying to funnel people to the game, tell a story like a prequel to Zero Dawn, right? Because I mean, the lore, right? You could definitely have a prequel to fucking Zero Dawn and tell that story. Tell the story that wasn't told in the game, that was just in the lore, and then point people to the game and say, "Oh, you want to continue this story? Play Zero Dawn. Oh, you like Zero Dawn? Guess what? Forbidden West is out. Oh, you like Forbidden West? Well, in a year from now, the third one's going to be out. The Desolate North. I don't know. So yeah, make it if you're making a conduit, make it a prequel. Show interest, or give the viewer interest to go say, oh, I want to, oh, this story continues. Well, I'm going to get a PS5 then, and I'm going to play this. That is how you do it. Don't tell the story. Don't be like, oh, here's The Last of Us told differently in another fucking universe with different characters. And oh, it inspires you to play the game? Well, you already know all the spoilers of it, and here's the game, but you already watched it. Like, no, make it a prequel.
I agree with you. If you just rehash the same thing, it kind of feels I
Hmm.
don't know, it feels cash grabby.
Yeah,
Is it is
dude,
it
I'm so concerned what they're gonna do with the Zelda movie. I'm so concerned. Like,
Oh,
what are they gonna do? Are they gonna tell our fucking, like, sacred Ocarina of Time, like, timeline? Like, are they gonna do that? What are they gonna do? We have so many Zelda games. Like, Miyamoto's gonna come on and be like, "This is gonna explain the entire timeline. Enjoy."
yeah, we finally figured out the timeline, folks.
Yeah,
Watch the
we made
movie.
a movie about it. Yeah, and it's 53 hours long. No, I'm just cautiously optimistic with all this stuff. I love that the IP is getting talked about, but I just hope they do it well. Twisted Metal, for example, Twisted Metal season 1 is not about the games. It's a prequel to the games, and Twisted Metal 2 is, I think, also a prequel to the games that's kind of flowing into what the games are about, and they did it right. So, give people that curiosity. It's like, hey, oh, you like this little lore? Well, it continues in the game. Now go buy a PS5 and play an amazing game called Horizon Zero Dawn. They just remastered it. It's incredible. It's one of my top favorite games of all time. It's in top 3. I talked about it in our top 10. So
Yeah,
incredible.
absolutely. I know you love that
Yeah.
game, man. So do I.
Love
Just
it. Yeah. Awesome music. Just amazing. Gorilla went from Killzone to this game. So
that's a substantial, great
yeah.
jump. Great
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah, released on the best console generation PlayStation had. All the new IPs released on there. Got Ghost, everything. So anyway, cautiously optimistic about it.
Yeah. Um, all right. Yeah. This next piece of news, we don't have to spend too much time on it, but I wanted to bring it up for those that might be interested about this. is for Starfield. According to Nate the Hate, he believes the announcement will to have it release onto the PlayStation console will be in 2026 unless plans change. Nate the Hate, of course, being a very well known leaker
Very
online
reputable too,
and very reputable.
and
Uh,
accurate.
it's really accurate, almost uncanny, right? But yeah, this has been circulating for a while now, especially with all of the other Xbox games coming to Sony. Switch 2 port has also rumors have also surfaced for Starfield. We know a new DLC is due to come soon, so I guess the idea is once the DLC comes, will the rest of the platforms might maybe get a, I don't know, an ultimate game of the year, whatever they want to call that special edition with everything included, or they won't, and they'll kind of milk it out. But we don't have to stay on this too long unless you got anything to say. I'm interested, but it'll be a matter of when it comes on when I can play it.
Am I interested in Starfield? Absolutely not. Not no interest at all. Am I happy to see it come to other platforms? Definitely. Share the love. Uh, release it on your console first, then let it breathe for a little bit, then share the love. I think PlayStation should do the same thing.
Yeah, I like
So
that. We got we got the Helldivers that came over.
yeah, exactly. The more people that play the game, the more people consume the art, the more people talking about it. Awesome. But it will launch exclusive on the platform of choice and the first party platform. That's always happened, but Xbox is changing that too. So yeah, I've heard mixed things about Starfield. I'm not too into Bethesda games. The only Bethesda games I've ever played are Doom games.
Hmm.
Bethesda, I'm not into their jank, I guess you could say. I know there's a charm to it. I know they have beloved titles. I know they're a great developer, but it's never been my thing. So when Starfield, I like the space theme. Even when it was announced multi-platform a long time ago, when Bethesda wasn't even part of Microsoft, I was like, eh. So yeah, the space game I'm very excited for is from a legendary developer, Naughty
Yeah.
Dog. That's
Oh.
Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. So that's going to be a polished fucking experience where, yeah, I'm just not into the gameplay mechanics. I'm not into like choice based games a lot. That's why I haven't played Mass Effect. I'm not into choose your own story. I'm not into like prioritizing uh, putting like 50 sandwiches rendered in a room over performance of the game. Like it's just it's Bethesda's thing, and I'm not very into it. Doom games are awesome though.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
There's a certain level of charm. I guess you just don't have
yeah,
that type
right.
of is it, I would say the tism for that where you just go,
Yeah,
hey, I wonder if I can. Okay, good
exactly.
example is you could do it in Starfield. Like you could do it in other Bethesda games, but you could do it in Starfield. You take a bucket and you'll literally pick it up in the environment and put it on an NPC's head, and they won't react. But because they can't see you, now you can just go over and start stealing all their shit, and then you don't get a bounty for
That's cool, dude. I was watching a cutscene. This he was talking to an NPC, and that robot guy just comes and fucking just hits the lady in the face as she's talking. It is funny. There are some funny moments, and it's just not my thing. It's a probably an incredible. They're an incredible dev. They make incredible games. Just not my thing. So I'm not saying they're bad at all. Just yeah, not my thing. And I was never interested in Starfield. And then when they were like, "Oh, Starfield's only Xbox," I was like, "Whatever, let them have it."
Yeah. I'm happy to take a I don't want to say polished, but quite frankly, a polished and updated version of
Right.
it when it finally comes around.
Yeah, Xbox players are basically becoming quality assurance testers, unpaid.
Mm, well, we'll see what ends up
Yeah,
coming to that. But yeah, expect that to come. 2026 is the announcement. So my guess
cool.
is if it announces in 2026, we might get it at the end of the year. It could be for all we know, they do a 2 months later, kind of after the announcement. So
Right.
we'll keep your ear to the ground, and when it comes, you'll definitely hear it from us or on the show.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm excited for people that are excited for it.
sweet. All right, well, Last one, or not this last one, sorry. This next one, grabbed from IGN. It was they were the first ones I saw that reported on this, and now I've seen it from a few other outlets. But Warner Brothers Discovery, which includes Discovery, Warner Brothers, and all of its IP holdings, such as Harry Potter, it being one of the more prominent ones. You have DC as well, and all of those that are coming in there. Says it is officially considering buyout offers amid unsolicited interest from multiple parties. In an investor focused meeting noted in an investor focused note issued on Tuesday, October 21st, the company said it initiated a quote review of potential alternatives to maximize shareholder value end quote, and is now evaluating a transaction for the entire company or a separate transactions for its Warner Brother and or Discovery Global businesses. David Zalzoff, the president and CEO, said, quote, we continue to make important strides to position our business to succeed in today's ownership. In today's evolving media landscape by advancing our strategic initiatives, returning our studios to industrial leadership, scaling HBO Max globally, which is included with them, folks. We continue to take a bold step toward preparing to separate the company into two distinct leading media companies, Warner Brothers and Discovery Global, because we strongly believe this was the best path forward. So it sounds like they're splitting up and looking for people to buy off. My question to you on this, Matt, is: do you think this might be a potential angle similar to what happened with Ubisoft recently?
Yeah, it does sound like it. The games that come to mind with WB, some of my favorites are the Lord of the Rings Shadow of games, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, right? The Lego games, right? We're getting that Lego Arkham Origins or Legacy of the Dark Knight, those games. And then, of course, the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, right? Incredible game. Had so much flack on release for stupid fucking reason. Best Harry Potter game ever made. Incredible. I loved it. Yeah, I that's some pretty heavy IP. And you know what? If they're not doing anything with it and someone else can, then by all means, let's put it in the hands of someone that's going to take care of those IPs and that gives us more games that we want. I heard they're working on an actual Lord of the Rings third person action adventure game. And I don't know, is that the WB that we're talking about?
I think so. I hadn't looked into it, but I heard something similar
Yeah,
rumoring
which is
around.
awesome.
Please give us
Fucking
something,
love
because
Lord of the Rings.
yeah, you're gonna what is it? The copyright the system
Mhm.
out of Shadow series, and then
The
not do
Nemesis
anything.
system.
Yeah, the Nemesis system, and then not do anything with it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're sitting on some really cool tech and really great IPs. If you're not going to do anything with them, then send them to someone that will. Uh, but you know, a lot of people are learning when they buy these developers and studios, they're not really buying the people; they're buying the IP, and the people can leave. So, um, I don't even know if this is good news or bad news. The outcome depends on if it's good news or bad news. But uh, you know, we haven't seen anything from the Shadow of Lord of the Rings games, so a shakeup does seem like it could lead to a good direction, and I'm all for it. You're muted.
Yeah, absolutely break them up. Simply just because, like, WB hasn't really been doing much with their IP, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing some things, but they're handling it badly. The last Harry Potter movie came out 20 years ago. It feels like,
Hmm.
and the only good game of note, and I'm going to say that I'll die on this hill, but the only really good game of note since then has been Legacy. Yes, we've had the Lego games, but those fall into the
Lego
Lego
games were
category.
great.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
Legacy was better.
but Legacy was by far better. And then
So
that's
good.
it? That's all you're gonna give us?
Yeah.
I mean, the number of Harry Potter heads that are out there right now,
Yeah.
is unreal.
Yep.
You could be doing a Nintendo and milk the millennials dry for that.
Oh,
That IP
absolutely.
alone.
Yeah, I think Portkey Games was saying it's interested in a sequel, and I don't know if it's in pre-production, but I don't know. Check my math on that one, but I think they are working on a sequel, or they were working on DLC or something. But I know WB has been sitting on their hands for a while, and I think it's because of lack of funding. So give them to someone that's going to give them money, so we get the sequels to the IPs we deserve. Because yeah, Shadow of Mordor was fucking awesome, and that Nemesis system. Sadly, this is a game on my backlog I'm ashamed of, but Shadow of War, I never got to. I really want to, but it is the sequel, and man, those are great games. The Lord of the Rings has just a lore treasure trove of just stuff they could use. So yeah, Shake Up's good. We'll see if it plans out for. We'll see how it plays out for him, Cotton.
It's a bold move, Cotton. I
Bold
hope.
move, Cotton.
Oh. All right. Well, one
I
last
don't
thing
want to.
before we get into yours. All right. Before we get into this, before I let you rant, I got one last thing for you, man. This game actually broke today. It's actually a pretty big shakeup in the industry. This is coming from Video Games Chronicle over there. Remedy, the developer of the Alan Wake and Control and FBC Firebreak, the CEO steps down 2 weeks after it issued a profit warning due to FBC Firebreak's quote weak sales. In a statement, the company explained that Vertala and the board of directors had quote mutually agreed that Tero Veritala will step down from his position as company CEO with immediate effect. By the sounds of this, it's going to be the Remedy co-founder is one of the Remedy co-founders is going to be appointed as the interim CEO while they figure this out. They haven't given much else other than that. I don't know, man. That's kind of ominous. What do you think?
Good.
Oh,
Okay. Let me clarify on that. I love Remedy. They're one of my
yeah.
favorite developers. They make Alan Wake. They made Control, which is a new IP, and they're working on the sequel. They made Max Payne. They made all kinds of good shit, and they're all linked. They fucked up by releasing something no one wanted. FBC Firebreak. It's a multiplayer. I don't even know if it's free to play. It might be have a small cost, but it's a arena based multiplayer first person shooter nobody asked for. We all want Control 2 or Alan Wake 3. That's what you're good at. You're one of the best storytellers in video games. You're one of the best developers when it comes to writing, right? You have a game that's based entirely off of a fucking writer. Dude, stick with what you're good at. Work on Max Payne, the remake, work on Control 2, work on Alan Wake 3. You learn from your mistake. This CEO was probably behind this decision. They saw that they lost money on FBC Firebreak because it's no one asked for it. When this game got released, I was like, "Ooh, another Remedy title!" And then they showed it's like an online multiplayer arena shooter. I was like, "What the fuck is this? I am not interested at all." They they had a huge misstep and they lost a lot of money on it. And if this CEO was behind that decision, get him out of there.
Hmm. I could see that. People need to be. I will say that this much for sure. I agree that people should be held accountable. I don't like to see
Yeah.
anybody lose their job.
Yeah, just put him down a rung. Like keep him employed, but like don't have him making the decisions if he greenlit this FBC Firebreak because he fucked up. I
Yeah.
saw it from a mile away. I saw this game and I'm like, dude, no one wants this. No one wants this, Remedy. You know what we all want. Just head down, work on that. You're some of the best storytellers in the video game industry. Stick with what you're good at.
Yeah, you're I don't disagree. You got to do a genre. Occasionally though, I will say as a counterpoint, you have to genre jump. Because if not, we would not have Horizon Zero Dawn. Flat
Yeah,
out.
no, but okay, genre jump, but keep it in kind of the same vein, right? Quantic Dream is doing the same thing. They're incredible storytellers, and they have this fucking 3v3 online multiplayer slop, which is spellcasters or whatever. I don't even know, but Guerrilla went from a third or first person co-op story driven shooter that was very lore and story heavy to a third person action adventure narrative driven, story heavy. Okay. Alan Wake, Control, Max Payne, third person, narrative driven, story heavy, single player to a fucking 3v3 or 4v4 online multiplayer first person shooter. Nah, that's too big of a genre jump. Nobody wanted it.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I'm looking at Steam
Mhm.
DB right now, and they're currently at seven on Steam DB. This is on all platforms, though. They're currently at 17 in game. Uh,
Se- wait, 17 people, not like
yeah,
17,000 at least.
17. It's 20. It's
Yeah,
20.
no, yeah, they. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were chasing. I think
I
maybe they trying something new. Just no, dude.
Yeah, I think they could have tried something because I like what you're saying though, and I think I had a thought about behind this as I was looking more into Firebreak. Is instead of doing right now you have to chase the bag of online. That's just the way the games media is,
I
right?
know.
But if they had scaled this back and they could have added an online component later, I think if they had taken this and turned it more into a Half-Life style game where it's single
There
player
you go.
focused, you could have your choices of classes or whatever, like because they've got a really good. That's what made Half-Life so great. Besides, it was ultimately its environment, its environmental storytelling, and I think that's what Remedy does really well, right?
Mhm.
The lore that's in there, and then you could have added that element to the multiplayer aspect later on. Because when I see when I see Firebreak, and I know it takes place in the Control universe, and I know I play Control just like you, and I see what's included, and I understand what's going there. I see something that would grasp on to the younger generations. The problem is you have to pull those people. You have to pull them out, and they just didn't get that out the gate.
How's that working out for him? How's that working out? Competing with Fortnite and Overwatch and Apex Legends. How's that working out for him?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
I could have been
I
in that boardroom and said, "This isn't what people want. We're not going to make any money off this. We're going to lose money. Let's just focus on Alan Wake 2 or Alan Wake 3 and Control 2."
I
And
would
I
s-
could have saved them millions of dollars.
I wouldn't disagree with you. But we just now found out in this last year, Alan Wake 2 is finally starting to make a profit. So the return of investment, my point is the return of investment on that single player game takes a lot longer, and they should absolutely go ahead and do something like this. And I think there was a good opportunity here. But the thing is, you don't bet the farm on it. And I think
Right.
that's what happened here is they bet the
Yeah.
farm on it, and that's when you're going to bite yourself in the butt. You take that little
Yeah.
small piece of the profit, and you go, okay, hey, guys, you're really passionate about this? Go see what you can do with it. I'm going to entrust this to you.
Do what Ghost of Tsushima did. Add a multiplayer element. Just add a
Mm,
multiplayer, a free or a small priced multiplayer element to Control, or maybe even Alan Wake 2. Or,
yep.
well, it was Control based. It was in the FBC, the Federal Bureau of Control. Just tack it on there and say, oh, engage interest that way, right? Maybe make it free, gauge interest, see how many players you get, and then be like, oh, we got a lot of interest, and we're doing well with this. Let's make a dedicated game for this particular thing. That's how you do it,
Yep. That's how the Team Fortress series came about. Was as an offshoot of Half-Life,
right?
um, which was single player story driven. But I
Yeah,
feel bad. We'll see
I
what
do
ends up
too.
happening.
Remedy's so good, and I don't want to see them hurt at all. I don't like seeing people lose their jobs. But if you make bad mistakes, you're gonna get off your throne and at least be demoted. Don't lose your job, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He made a ton of money, and he's probably set. I don't know. I don't know his situation, but I never like seeing people lose their jobs. I never like seeing developers that are really good at what they do. Dude, Remedy probably went to these artists and programmers and they were like, "We're gonna make a new game," and they're like, "Awesome! What are we making? Are you putting us on Alan Wake 3 or Control 2? We're gonna make a 3v3 first-person online multiplayer game." And I guarantee you, so many people put their fucking heads in their hands and are like, "God, no, please."
I,
So
maybe I'd be curious on that
maybe
one.
I wasn't there, but from their track
Oh,
record, mm,
well, it's entirely possible because remember that report that came out about um, speaking of Ghost, the
hmm
10% of the studio would be interested in working on a Sly Cooper,
right,
another Sly Cooper game.
yeah,
So mm, at the end of the day, I really hope he'll be fine.
we'll
He's
be
going to
fine.
go off and do his thing.
Yeah,
But
and
this
Remedy
is
will be fine.
Remedy will do just fine.
I hope.
Because we don't
It's a
even
big
need a
loss.
Control 2. Yeah, I don't even need a Control 2. You're building a universe. Give us something else. You can do that. It's okay.
Yeah,
Just
Control 2
continue to.
is in development. I mean, I think we might even see a. We saw a teaser, and we might even see a trailer at the Game Awards. Control 2 is probably ready to go next year.
You know what? I'd be. I don't know. I'd be for
You
it.
heard it first.
Just don't come down the. Just please don't release it in like a crowded window, please.
Oh, they will.
Yeah,
They
that
will.
would be
I'm
our.
just
That would be our
expecting
luck.
it now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. February release. No.
Might as well just put it
March
up again.
release.
I was gonna say, put it in May and just call it a day. Set it out to die.
March 26th in the 3-day span of Saros and fucking James Bond First Light.
Oh, I don't think that. Yeah, the Venn diagram does kind of overlap there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. All right. Well,
I've
I'm gonna give.
prepared myself. I've prepared myself. I've kind of done some mini rants to work up to this one. I won't yell. I'll try
No,
not
no.
to yell. I promise.
Yeah, no worries.
There's a
I totally
volume
get 'em.
limiter on here for a reason.
Well, I knew this one was going to get you, which is why I threw it in the news. This is one I pulled up from Game Informer. Nintendo has announced a second Kirby Air Riders Direct, and it's 60 minutes long. Oh, and by the way, it's happening this week. Specifically, it's going to be happening at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday, October 23rd. So the same day and in the same window that this podcast goes live, and will feature roughly 60 minutes of information about the game. Like the first one that aired in August, Kirby Air Riders director Masahiro Sakurai will host the presentation. Um, uh, I, I will say this much before. I'm surprised that they're doubling down on this. It's showing some things that make me go, I'm kind of wondering what's going on in Nintendo headquarters.
Oh, I know
But
what's going on at Nintendo headquarters. They got
please.
their fucking heads up their asses, Bob. Okay? That's what's going on. We got a Metroid game releasing in less than 2 months. Less than 2 months. This is a marquee IP. It's in the echelons of Zelda, Donkey Kong. Maybe not in sales, but there's a reason for that. And this is the fucking reason, because Nintendo doesn't market Metroid. Dread had low sales because it wasn't marketed. Guess why Prime Remastered had low sales? Because they fucking shadow dropped it and they didn't give anyone a heads up of when it was releasing. Nintendo does not care about Metroid, and I don't know why. Metroid is one of my favorite Nintendo IPs. It's probably is my second favorite IP of all time. They're giving love to Link. They never give love to my girl Samus. Metroid Prime 4 echoes, okay? Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Okay, I'm super fucking pissed about this. We're getting a second 60-minute direct. This, I don't know. This is a remaster of a game, right? From the GameCube, Air Riders? No, it's a new game. It's a
This is
sequel.
a new one. This is a
I
new
don't
one.
give a shit. I don't give a shit. This pink fucking fluff ball Kirby, okay, that, everyone loves Kirby, whatever. This isn't even a mainline core Kirby title. The last one we got was Forgotten Lands, and this is a racer, okay? And it's a second direct. Where is our Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Direct? Prime sold okay. Okay. Metroid doesn't sell well. We know that. I wonder fucking why it doesn't sell well, Bob. I wonder fucking why. Because Nintendo doesn't market it. They'll shatter. They're like, oh yeah, here's Metroid Prime remastered. Yeah, that's coming out. Oh yeah, we're probably we'll just release it today. Whatever. Samus is cool, right? Samus is a intergalactic bounty hunter that fights fucking metal robotic dragons and has a fucking arm cannon. That's all right. It's our plumber with a red hat is cooler than a fucking intergalactic female bounty hunter. Like I don't know why they don't care about Metroid. Metroid is such a cool IP. Bounty hunters are in. We got the Mandalorian. Bounty hunters are cool, especially space bounty hunters. The Metroid story is fucking awesome. Like she's in a power armor suit that looks amazing. And they I think Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is being rushed out. I don't think they believe in it. I think the lead creative director even said this needs more time. I don't want to release it. Nintendo's like, profit, profit, profit. We got to release it in Q4 to make the profits of 2025. And the creative director, the lead artist, is like, okay, we'll try. And Nintendo's just kind of brushing this under the rug. And they did this with Prime Remaster. They didn't. There was no hype. They shadow dropped it, which everyone was like, "Oh, what the fuck!" Like Prime One was one of the best selling Metroids on the GameCube, and it was one of two Metroid games on the GameCube. But why are they doing this? We need a dedicated direct for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. We need to tell people why Samus is fucking awesome. We need to generate hype. This is I thought this was Nintendo's holiday title, but apparently Kirby fucking Air Riders is. And Kirby is not as cool as Samus. I'm just telling you that right now. Go play Metroid Prime and go play Kirby, okay? Metroid is way cooler. Why are they doing this, Bob? Nintendo just historically hasn't cared. I thought they were going to change, but I guess they're. Why would I expect that? Because they're in their fucking villain arc. And you know what? You know what, Bob? You know fucking what? Metroid Prime 4 Beyond might be my swan song for Nintendo. I'm going to play it and I'm going to fucking sell my Switch too. Because we're not going to get Zelda for another 2 years. We're going to get some Mario 3D game probably in a year or two. And what do we have for 2026? They haven't said shit. They're going to keep announcing DLC for the games we already have. Pokemon Legends ZA, not interested. And I'm interested in the main line, but when are we getting that? I mean, there's rumors, Wind and Waves, we're getting that in 2026. But is that going to run well? Did Scarlet and Violet run well? Are these games for the Switch 2 that are developed for the Switch 2 going to run well? Or am I going to have to wait for the fucking Switch 3 to play some of the Switch 2 games like I waited for the Switch 2 for the Switch 1 games? What are your thoughts?
I gotta say, man, I think so. To be quite perfectly blunt about this, is one, we know Metroid doesn't sell well, particularly
Why?
particularly in the East, right?
It's just not marketed.
No, it did. It never. Metroid is around because the way it's sold in the West, right? Now, I also believe that Nintendo is quietly moving themselves towards a brand and an identity, and I don't think Metroid fits into that. Samus and the Metroid does not fit into
And I
that
don't think
identity.
I fit into it either, to
Yeah,
quite frankly. I think I've grown out of fucking Nintendo.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't disagree with you on that one. Um, I think that that's where they're at. And then when you look at when you said it yourself on the numbers, right? Um, I looked at this. I went ahead and decided to look at this because I was curious. And I we've got the past years, right? So I look at what the current stuff is, right? So if you go down and you go look at Metroid Dread, the sales numbers for that I found is it was around 3 million, and
It's
it
just solid, and it wasn't well marketed at all
I don't think marketing would help because here's the difference: Kirby and the Forgotten Land sold 7.5.
because it was marketed more. And people know Kirby because of the marketing in the past.
I knew about Metroid Dread because of the Nintendo Direct, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't even
How,
realize Forgotten Land had come out.
yeah, and how many people watch that direct? I'm talking commercials, like Super Bowl commercials, like show fucking Samus, like show the Beyond trailer. Oh, cool bike, Tron. Tron's in right now. Well, apparently it's not because Disney's thinking of scrapping the IP because people are fucking stupid. But like, I think it would gain traction if they marketed it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing Nintendo should realize, right? The people that made them who they are today aren't kids anymore. We're adults. And you're leaving us behind and you're marketing to a new generation. You're like, hey, thanks for making us all this money and thanks for buying our products and thanks for being there and thanks for being a hardcore Nintendo fan. Now, fuck you. We're here for your kids.
Yeah, no, you absolutely are right. You graduated. That was
Yeah.
most famously said 20 years ago. You graduated from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Um, they all of my kids all like Pokemon. I
I
don't
like
play
Pokemon.
I don't play Pokemon, right? They got 3 new customers. Nintendo got 4. Count them on my fingers. 4 new customers over Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Mhm.
Um, Nintendo I, I I hate to be an asshole about this, but Nintendo doesn't fucking care about its hardcore fan base. They care
They
about
used to with the
no,
GameCube. They
oh,
used to.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah, they absolutely did. They're selling for what's the easiest, right? It's easy. Yeah, it's low effort. It's low effort free money. I mean, granted, Nintendo doesn't put in or generate nearly as much revenue as Sony. And by that market at PlayStation alone. Um, but yeah, there's a reason for this, and it sucks. I absolutely agree with you. It sucks. Nintendo has notoriously never quite understood Samus. There's that I'd have to go look for it, but there was that famous report about a development team that wanted to sell a Metroid game, um, and nobody at Nintendo in the board knew what a bounty hunter meant. They didn't realize bounty hunters in the West to us are regular. We're the Boba Fett's, right? They saw Samus as a motherly figure.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Samus in her power suit definitely looks real motherly, let me tell you.
Yeah, I know. I'm not disagreeing with you, but it sucks because it's the black sheep of their major IP. Like it really is.
I
Um,
know. And these artists made an incredible product. We grew up with her. Uh, she's near and dear to my heart. I love the IP, and
mhm.
it's just really I'm even surprised we got Metroid 5, Metroid Dread.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm very surprised about that when we did. I mean, it's God, it's so good. I really hope they don't rush Prime 4. It's my most anticipated game of the year. Dread was my game of the year then. I'm just such a huge fan of the IP, and I just wish Nintendo was too. You know,
oh yeah, and to bring
they did
this,
this.
they
They
did
did
it.
this.
And to bring it all back, I'm kind of curious. This is to bring this back to the beginning. Is how fucking psychotic is that you're running a second direct on Kirby Air Ride? Forget
It
the
doesn't
Kirby
make
Air
sense.
Riders. Running a second direct that's 60 minutes long on a game that you already gave a dedicated direct to, like that seems a little. I don't care if it's
I think it
Kirby,
was the
Metroid, or Mario.
I think the slot was for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and something happened, and I
Ah.
think that slot was for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and it is even a later slot than usual because they usually do directs like 2 months out before the release. So, like, we have a new Prime game coming out in like a month and 8 days or 12 days, right? Like a little under a month and a half.
Mhm.
And we haven't seen a new trailer. We haven't got a direct, and we're getting a second direct. This is the first time in history for Nintendo they got a second dedicated direct. They didn't even give a second dedicated direct to DK, Donkey Kong. They didn't even give a second dedicated direct to Mario Kart. Like, why the fuck is Kirby Air Riders not even a mainline marquee title for Kirby? It's Air Riders, a fucking spinoff. Why is Kirby getting a second 60-minute direct? There's something fishy going on, and I think this slot was for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I smell a delay, and I hope they delay it.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Now that you mention that, because I've had this inkling that Prime 4 isn't gonna be. I don't wanna
Me
say
too.
it's gonna be run bad, but it's just not gonna run the way we'd expect it to.
Oh
Um,
yeah, if it's rushed, it will. You got to polish it.
yeah, I like that theory because it is strange to have
Mhm.
a second one.
It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense, and I don't know why they wouldn't have just canceled it. But maybe they had the marketing team. Maybe they funneled resources into this, and it's like trying to mitigate loss, and they didn't want to lose all that money for the direct. There's a lot of time and investment and man hours, woman hours that go into these things, like 4 months in advance, maybe even before. There's a lot of things behind the scenes, and they're like, if we cancel that, that's like money lost, and Nintendo don't like losing money. They're in the business of making money, profits over people or gamers, honestly. And they're like, let's fill it in with something, right? So
Yeah, I could see that. No, that checks out. That logic checks out for sure.
yeah, the
I'm,
logic of Nintendo not caring about Metroid doesn't check out. Metroid's
yeah,
cool.
I'm sorry, man. I feel for you.
Yeah, it's they did this. They created this character, this lore, this world, and they made me fall in love with this game and this IP. And now they're like, it's like, oh, you love our IP that we made you fall in love with? We did our job. Well, fuck you. You know, it's like giving like you a sucker. It's like, oh, this is really good. Can I have another one? Nintendo's like, no. Or they give you a sucker and it has dirt all over it. Or they're like, oh, you want this sucker? Well, buy this other sucker and you can. It's just like, dude, come on, man.
They're hitting you with the
Yeah,
upsale.
yeah, exactly. So I'm surprised they haven't announced Metroid Prime 4 Beyond DLC. So join Samus as she goes beyond time with the next DLC, including Ridley and Kraid.
Coming 45 days after game launch.
Yeah, no, we're releasing it before the game. You just have to pay us.
DLC before the game. Don't give
Before the game.
corporations ideas, man.
Oh shit. Anyway, I think I'm done with my rant, and I don't appreciate Nintendo doing this to our girl. She deserves better, and she's going to get my full attention. And I fully believe it will be my swan song for the console, my swan song for Nintendo. And I honestly think it might correlate with the swan song for Metroid for them. And brings a tear to my eye because I fucking love Metroid.
Yeah. I'm not saying on Nintendo, but I am saying I will be keeping an eye on what they've got going on. 2026 is going to be whether quite frankly, I'm back on board or not. But right now it's just a break. We're in the let's figure each other out phase of the relationship.
Yeah, right.
And then I'll come back to the table in 2026.
Exactly.
Until then,
Honeymoon phase is done and gone. You know, we're in the we're seeing the flaws now.
yeah, and to be clear, folks, that it is simply because where the games lie. If Sony were to fall over their heels like they did in the PlayStation 3 on the next generation, and Nintendo or Xbox took advantage of that properly, I would do exactly what happened with the PS3 era, and I would drop Sony PlayStation in a heartbeat and jump onto the whoever. Right? In that case, it was the 360. So I want to be clear on that front. It's just right now, this is where the games are. Short of going to
Yeah,
PC, but unfortunately, I don't have that kind of patience anymore. I'm not going to save money. That's an
that's
old
true.
line. I don't have the patience to deal with driver updates and optimization.
Oh yeah, same here. And yeah, I just I don't know what Nintendo is doing, and I'm calling them out on it. And you know, there's so many games. There's so many games now to where like I haven't even played one Switch 2 title, and I've had the thing for like almost 4 months. So, or since release. I haven't even played Donkey Kong. Like
Yeah,
I don't there's so many games on other platforms on my core platform um that I really want to play. So, you know what? If I drop Nintendo, we'll see when Zelda launches in 2 years on the Switch OLED, which, you know, I guarantee you in 2 fucking years they're going to have a Switch 2 OLED. Guarantee it. 2 or 3 years. And I'm just going to be like, oh.
I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So,
curious. It'd be the battery life that would be the question,
better.
but
Yeah.
yeah, they need to get that better first before we even talk about an OLED.
Yes. Oh yeah, OLED would make it better. It would like it would lengthen the battery life like 2 times longer probably. So I don't even know why the Switch 2 didn't release OLED. Yeah, I got to figure out what I'm doing with my Switch 2 after Metroid Prime. Because I mean, Nintendo goes quiet during the holiday season. We probably won't get another direct till mid to late January. So, "Oh, we're gonna Kirby Direct in fucking like a week or whatever." Great, cool. I said my rant's over. I'm sorry. I won't rant anymore. But I think that'll do it for this episode. What do you say, Bob?
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, man. I'm gonna go play some Hell Is Us.
Hell yeah. Got any fun plans for the weekend?
You know what? I'm gonna be playing it by ear.
Yeah.
Getting back into the cycle with my wife going back to work, and she's had some changes. So I'm thinking I need to refocus on some things around the house here and reorganize a few things in my life, both physically and spiritually, mentally.
Yeah.
I'll let you
That's
take a
good.
pick.
I hear that. A lot of changes on my end too. Really focusing on specific things that benefit my health and well-being for sure. So if it's nice, I might go on a one-wheel ride. If it's not, I might play Little Nightmares, and who knows? This weekend I might be done with Little Nightmares if it's as short as I'm hearing, and I might dive into Ghost finally. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're not hitting the slopes until the resorts open. That'll be early November. So yeah, maybe do some leg strengthening stuff for MagFest and snowboarding.
I love
So
it.
yeah, definitely. Well, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you hanging out and listening to our crazy rants and our outlook on the video game industry. We love doing this. We love drinking and talking video games with you all. So we appreciate it. If you're not on Discord, join it. And if you're not subscribed to the podcast, subscribe so you get these crazy antics every week and you hear our ranting on the video game industry. So thanks again so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day.
Peace.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado, by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.